Whoa, that's messed up. What's up, guys? Wow, great way to start the live stream. There, that's better. I know you're all wanting a larger size of me. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the live stream, our weekly live stream. Hope you're all doing well. My gosh, the chat blew up and my chat screen sucks. As usual, my chat screen sucks. Frame rate is low. I actually set it to 60. Oops. Oh well. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're gonna have a smaller size of me anyways. When I get down here. Gonna finish Am I a Zombie before the stream. I hope you're back by now. Running off and doing your own other stuff. Undead, what's going on? I'm almost caught up on spring anime started. But there's others to start. You just starting spring? Are you waiting till it finishes before you start it? Jeez, like everything on my screen is so broken right now. I didn't even change anything and everything's just broken. Here, let's do this. There. I'm lined up with Roxy now. You doing a Taco Elf, Great Mission, Digimon, Spirit Successor, Mashal, Season 2. Oh, Season 2 of Bear Punch. Don't do smartphone, just skip smartphone. Master's Bride. I still need to do Magus's Bride. I completely flopped on Magus's Bride, unfortunately. That's my shame of the season. Anime Beauty of the Beast. I'll try it. Yeah, that's a good one. Sacrificial Princess is actually good. I felt like it's getting a little bit repetitive, but I haven't watched the last like 2 episodes, so it's still kind of up in the air. A legitimate Mushoku Tensei tier list have 7 tiers, a sacred 7 major recurring theme. I still want to do a live stream when I finish 12. I need to get with Adrian on how that's gonna work out, but I do want to do a Mushoku Monday live stream once I finish 12 and do like a tier list of the volumes, best girls, best boys, and I think that's pretty much. If anybody has any other ideas of tier lists for Mushoku Tensei, I want to do them at that point because it'll be like the halfway point-esque. I don't know, maybe some people might want me to go like to 13 or 14, but I think 12 should be a good spot. I don't know. It just depends on how 12 wraps up, which right now is extremely depressing. It's just, I have just not been good the last couple weeks reading that freaking series, so we'll see. We'll see. Refugium does not let up, unfortunately. Eden Zeros, I didn't see that one yet. Yeah, I'm again still waiting on Eden Zero until I finish Fairy Tail. Never. Dead Mount Deathplay though we'll get to that one. That's a question mark. Duhalt, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I cannot believe Duhalt. I cannot believe you dodged all those membership gifts. Unless you disappeared again, like you came in, acted like you were part of Mushoku Monday, and then you just left. Because that was like, you had to do some crazy Matrix dodging to get past all those memberships that were going on. That was a crazy Mushoku Monday. That was very, very emotional for me. I'm like, thank goodness I'm not live streaming right now, and it's a premiere, it's pre-recorded, because I'm was a blubbering idiot. So yeah, that was super. That was super good. Was not expecting that. Really, really good stuff. What's going on, Patches? Is that my phone? It is my phone. What do you want, phone? People don't call me. What in the world would my phone be going off for? But no, welcome to the stream, Patches. Hope you're doing well. Finished season 1 of Bookworm. Thought it was pretty good. Awesome. Glad you're enjoying it. Good morning from Taiwan. What's going on, Frack? Fractalimoto? Is that how I'm saying it right? Fractalimoto? That's a name. Petra, what's going on? Don't look up. Someone will make sure of taking a still and making fun of watching Roxy. Oh, that's fine. I mean, that's expected. That's expected. I mean, I'm literally sitting right here. There's no way around that whole situation. It's just gonna happen. Next Monday is going to be heavy. Yeah, next Mushoku Monday is going to be really heavy. So if you don't like watching a grown ass man crying, just go ahead and skip it. If you do one for 12, do one for 15 as well. Does it shift that? No, I don't need answers. Never mind. Never mind. Don't need answers. Don't need anything. I have heard, I think 15 is supposed to be pretty big. Pretty much like I've heard somebody say that everything in the late teens is pretty much huge. So I don't want to do it every volume. So I was hoping so bad to hit one. Oh, dodging the memberships. Lots of onions on Mushoku Monday. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be really bad. It's like one of those really difficult things because like I got obviously extremely emotional, and it's like I don't want to cut like crazy like between every time, because like at some point I literally couldn't read, like I couldn't read the line, and it's like I don't want to sit there and like have this long pause, because it's like not that I'm not an embarrassed person to get emotional, but I am the type that I hold it in. Like if you see me emotional, it's because I just can't stop. But I'm the type that like I keep it bottled in, and I don't let it out. But when it does come out, it's just like I can't stop, and it's very rare. So take next Mushoku Monday and savor it, because it's probably not gonna happen again. But it's I just didn't really know what to cut, and I didn't want to like just let it sit there. But at the same time, without letting it seem fractured, still get the context of what I was really saying in there and what was really kind of going through my head. Because it's important to portray the emotion that it's technically causing. Not that it's directly contributed to what's happening, but because it has a personal impact. Like when you're reading, it's hard not to imagine yourself in the situation. It's hard not to imagine people you know. So I'm dodging spoilers. Don't worry, non-novel fans. You don't have to shut off the stream. I've gotten pretty good at it. No, Mushoku Tensei insinuating folks cheese. You got emotional for sure. Yeah. Let me enjoy Morgan grinding. Oh, you're okay. Okay. Now I'm gathering what you're saying. That's the problem. Why when I went live, you're like, damn it, Andrew's gonna get on live and he's gonna start talking about Mushoku Tensei, and then I'm gonna have to come in there and ban people. Poor Adrian. I feel so bad for the mods to have to deal with some of this crap. My username is Finnish. Pronouncing it correctly would be surprising. Well, you're not offended by the way that I pronounce it, hopefully. I'll just call you Bob. Is that better if I just call you Bob? Forrest Gump's always gets me. And now episode 5 of Explosion in the Wonderful World. Which one? When was episode 5? I don't remember. I don't remember. Almost done with 17 of Mushoku Tensei. I'm waiting for the Rise and Shield Heroes volume 23. I don't even want to start Shield Hero right now. That's for later. Eventually. I don't know. Like, Shield Hero's way down here in the list. Way down. It's like Mushoku Tensei, Ascendance of Bookworm, Spice and Wolf or ReZero, Grimgar. There's another one I'm thinking of. I was also thinking of like 80,000 Gold. Was thinking about shoot. There's one other one I cannot remember, and it's driving me crazy at this point. But yeah, it's way down there. So crying stream means it's a sad story, a side story. It means it's a side story. I don't know. Paint dry, then Shield Hero. Yes, paint dry, Shield Hero. Yes, go touch grass for a couple years, and then Shield Hero. I would hope that Shield Hero is better as a novel. That's my hope. Anyways, let me get started on this, and we'll just kind of chat as we go along. But yeah, these are all the shows that I watched. It is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times 4. What, 30? No, that's 41, right? I think that's 41. So, pretty decent chunk of the season. There was, like, only a couple that I didn't even go to watch. Like I said, Magus Spry, which I really do want to get back to eventually, but especially since another part's coming. Chill Here was your first light novel? Oof. However, I'm sure somewhere else I've started reading Spice and Wolf much sooner. Yeah, I've only got like 4 volumes into Spice and Wolf. All right, so Kuma Bear Punch. I think it's a solid B. I really do enjoy watching it. It's kind of one of those shows that I don't sell people on because I don't necessarily see that there's really heavy value in there. But it was technically my sugar show of the season. Like, because I don't think we really had any other shows that were like super sugary last season. I mean, some will see Tanikawa as, but I didn't really find that as. So too cute, maybe. But for me, Kuma Bear was my happy show. Like, it's got the geekdom in it, which I enjoy, like her going nuts about mithril blades and stuff like that. It's just kind of that geekiness. Plus, I think she's a really fun female main character. I figured your first 3 to be SSS as you described them. As I described them? I don't even have an SSS tier. Did I post that somewhere? It was so cool seeing Nanohoshi in the season premiere last Sunday. Nanohoshi is what Japanese call the Big Dipper. I don't think I've ever heard that. That's a new one on me. I've yet to start season 2 of Bear Punch. I suggest it. If you enjoyed the first season, definitely. If you didn't enjoy the first season, then don't bother. It's mostly the same. I get your first yo, what are you doing? You're living that life? You better get those drinks, man. What are we talking about? Anyways, Sacrificial Princess, I'm like 10, 11 episodes into it. I like the chemistry. The chemistry's good. It's just repetitive. It's sort of repetitive. I'm going to put that in B as well. I really do hope that it starts to pick up. Where I left off, it started to feel like it was going to pick up. Actually, I probably watched 12. I think I did watch 12. Because it felt like a hit point of between cores, like something significant happened. So it might have been 12. I thought Inuka-san was Winter. That's the OVA. There's been 2 OVAs since the season. Mint caffeine or whatever favorite drink is. I every now and then indulge in a Dr. P, but I've kicked most of my sodas. But I do coffee. I used to be like this. One of these days, that's what I should do. It'll probably be a membership only thing. I should probably make like a... No, I don't know. I think that's a bit too much. I like being open to people, but there's like a certain point where it's like, I think this is kind of a little bit egotistical to think people care. But no, I used to be like almost 400. I was huge. It was bad. It was real bad. I'm the type of person that kicks soda and then loses a whole bunch of weight. Hell's Paradise. It's between B and C, I think. Like, it's just like another power fantasy fighting thing, and it doesn't really do much besides then. Like, it revealed most of the story, and I don't know, maybe it might do something cool later on, but I think for now it's like, it's there. At least it's got Roxy in it. Roxy's in there. Dr. PP, yeah. I used to actually drink Dr. Pepper. I used to drink like a liter a day. Like, that's how bad it was. And at some point I just stopped. Do S, A through F ranks? That is what... Oh, F is trash, basically. F is basically trash. Hell's Paradise, I feel, was underappreciated. Like, it did some cool stuff in the later part, but I don't know if it's enough besides just people fighting, and I just need a little bit more than that. I think the story of the island itself is somewhat interesting. I just don't think it's enough. Like, it just felt like one long dialogue trip was the story. But again, they could do something cool later on. Congrats, thank you. I appreciate it. That's why you're on a membership for only true fans that watch and care. That's true. I don't know, I felt bad the last time I did a membership video. Like, most of the people were like, don't worry about it. But then we do have a bunch of new members, so maybe it might be helpful to drop a video just to kind of sustain that. But I don't know how much people care about exclusives. I just hate the fact that membership-only videos go into subs of people that are memberships. That's what bothers me. That's the only reason I haven't kept doing it. I just don't like that. I hate any sign of paywalls. If I want to do something on the side for people that are doing that stuff, that's fine. Like, I do... Sometimes I'll do messages out to people with Patreon, and I do prioritize people through Patreon when they message me, but I don't like to do anything more than that, because I don't want to... I know that some people can't afford it, and some people just don't... They appreciate what I do, but they're doing what they can by just viewing my content and sharing it out. So, anyways, long diatribe. Shut up, Andrew. I'm on episode 5 of Hell's Paradise. I like the start of it. Have to continue it. RP and other things distracted you. Which is RP? RL? I don't know. It is enjoyable so far? Yeah. Yeah, the island lore is really where it's at. I like the East Asian religion references and style and mystery aspect of Hell's Paradise, but characters were not interesting at all. And that's really the problem, because it also has that issue where all the story from the characters... Roleplay? Oh, you're doing like some RP stuff? Okay. That's what I thought, but I wasn't really getting the context. But no, I do like that aspect of it, the island and everything. I do agree the characters, the big problem they have is how they get into the characters is when they are dying. It's like, why do we do this? Why do we have to start telling their story as they're dying? That's kind of the frustrating thing. For memberships, it means you show that you don't want public or unfinished or drafted videos. You don't want public or unfinished or drafted videos. Oh, just like more private things, I guess. Things in process, I guess. Oh, it's the only thing that works. Dr. Stone, I think it's an... This season feels so unfinished, and I know it's because it's a two-parter. I think it was a B season. I think overall, I think it's a B season so far. I've enjoyed the previous seasons. This one felt a little bit meh. It had a really cool, shocking moment in it, for sure. Like a big twist moment, but it kind of just petered off in the later parts. My only problem with Hell's Paradise is who had it refused to give Disney a sub. That's why Happy Zon 100's on Sony Roll. Hell's Paradise? Oh, you're talking about Heavenly Delusion. Okay. You're talking about Heavenly Delusion. Okay, I follow you now. Yeah. I'm like, wait, what? Did I miss something? The man himself from Dr. Stone needs a hot, smart girlfriend. You'll see you have to finish it. The new antagonist. Even saw it. Haven't even seen the new antagonist. See, Andrew, I think about about the people's. I wonder why Hell's Paradise didn't do well here, though. I'm shocked it fell off so fast. I don't know. I think it's partially because I don't think it had much of a fandom to begin with. Like, at least with Chainsaw Man, there was a massive amount of hype beforehand. Whereas I think Hell's Paradise kind of came out of nowhere. And I didn't really hear anybody say they've read the source material and they're like super interested in it. So, which is surprising that it's getting a second season. But maybe it saw the sales increase. Magical Destroyers. I hate to do this. I think it's a C. I think in the end, I think it's a C. Maybe a low C. I had like 3 episodes that I really, really liked. And I was super hot on it early on. But it kind of just fell apart. Like, the first 2 episodes are really good. Especially the second episode's like super good. And then I really love the episode with the new and old geeks, Otaku. I love that episode because, like, I sort of fall in the middle. And so I can sort of get both sides. Like, the side that just wanted to hide it and the side that was too proud and thus caused this whole thing. It was super cool. But then it got to the part, and the ending's like one of those, oh, we're doing this kind of moment. So, and the animation just died. The animation just literally died, unfortunately. Heavenly Delusion ruins episode 3 reveal in dub because of a joke in episode. Really? Really? Oh, I actually meant to start this stream by opening up with the Kane clip that's going around. That's right, Aqua. Oh my gosh, that clip got me so bad. It's been a long time since I've watched a dub clip and I laughed out loud so hard. It's like I don't know. I don't. It's probably because I just have not listened to much dubs that it bugs me, but damn, that girl was yelling. That girl was yelling. Like, I have to go back and listen to the English dub performance by whoever's doing I. Because that could make sense. If whoever did I made her very projecting, like almost yelling, it would make sense. But Akane's not yelling right there. She's like very soft-spoken when she's saying that. She just has enthusiasm. There's a difference between having enthusiasm in your voice and projecting and yelling with energy. It's like there's two different things. And that's not, I'm not blaming the dub, the voice actress. I'm not blaming her because she could have been told to do that. It's just whatever the ADR says. It just didn't work for me. It just did not work for me. Anyways, how am I surviving these days? Mainly by breathing. That's the key thing. It's just by breathing. But I hope you're doing well, man. I enjoyed Takahiro, but still wound up dropping it. Yeah, it's unfortunate because, like I said, I felt really I don't let things dictate what I feel about a show, and honestly, having like the creator of it literally share out my video was massive for me. But I can't just say that I'm gonna accept it for whatever flaws I see in it. The problem was delivery. Oh yeah, for sure. This man said breathing. Got it, just vibrating. Yes, exactly. On low. Vinland Saga. I'm gonna put Vinland Saga at A. Reason why it's not an S is because I felt like the pacing was just not 100%. Like it felt dragging. Like it just dragged. It had some really dragging scenes. The best explanation I had for this, I think I said it in our review podcast, is it felt like they got done animating it and it was only 14 episodes, and the boss told them, "Hey dude, what are you doing? Select all and drag it, and that way it'll kind of extend every scene by like 5 seconds." It just felt like, next scene please, next scene please, please, next scene. But other than that, it's great. Like the story, the characters, character developments, and like absolutely insane. He's a master class at characters for sure, and the setting's just perfect. My Home Hero got up to episode 7 after being episode 3. The anime is very real. My Home Hero is actually really good. I was surprised. It was fun all the way through. Vinland first, how good is that really? Which one? Vinland first half of season 2 was much better. Yeah, I think the second half was where it started dragging a lot. I definitely agree there. Because I was really enjoying the first half. You want to check it out, but you don't know how? If you're talking about Vinland Saga, it should be like on every platform. Like I think it's on Netflix, it's on Crunchyroll. If you're talking about Magical Destroyer, that was on Crunchyroll, I believe. I enjoyed the slice of life, save life. It was necessary, honestly. It felt very necessary. Vinland Saga, I'm on season 2, episode 2, 3 due to distractions. The start of season 2 is decent so far. Andrew wanted Chainsaw Man's speed. No, 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 no. Absolutely not. Did not want that. Will not want that. I haven't somehow preferred season 1 despite the action. Now, season 1, like the first half I didn't like. It was really the later half. That's where it really got me with Canute and everybody. And now I hate Canute. I liked Canute's story in the first season. Now I hate Canute. It's understandable though, right? Story. Reasons. Yeah, it's really kind of just the weight of what he's done and everything. This is not going to be very difficult. We'll put reincarnated into another world or isekai'd whatever second time right in the trash can. It had some good moments in it, but for the most part, it just felt so disjointed. The villain sucked. The villain story sucked. Which is basically the entire driving force for the entire story, and that was just shrug. And yeah, it felt like a second season, and a season that I really shouldn't. It felt like a second season that should have had a first season, which is technically an interesting concept, like my brother said, but it just didn't work. It didn't work in the end. It's like an after story. I want an anime that can be made AI and skilled artists, and said show would be 100% more insane than Chainsaw Man. Just like tell the AI to go crazy. Or tell the AI that it's not real, and then tell it to make something, and as it's like depressed and in computing function, it just blurts something out. Maybe. I reincarnated into another world a second time. I read the manga and it was okay. So if you take an okay manga and then adapt it into an anime with probably some issues, it's probably not going to end up well. Thank God, I was thinking I was sleeping on this one. Yeah, you're not missing out on anything. Can we have a good isekai again? Well, right now we're having one that could possibly be good, and that's the last villainous one, Heretical Last Boss. First episode was really good. Tonikawa, the usual spill. I know it works for a lot of people. Doesn't work for me. I was sort of teasing the second season based on the OP looking like it was actually going to get into her story. And they literally just dropped like 2 lines about her, and that was about it. The rest of it was the usual, oh my gosh, he's such a cool dude. He's so nice. He fixed a vacuum, and she's super cute and perfect. Cool. Tonikawa made me really uncomfortable. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It was so funny because I realized at some point, the one thing that I kept hearing about Tonikawa is that it's so great because it's not a will they, won't they, because they get him married right off the bat. But then I thought about it. No, it's technically a reverse will they, won't they, because they will, but then it's a will they, won't they for everything else in their life. So it ends up being like this writer's usual. Like, it's just the use that this writer does. It's just he started from the beginning with that. So anyways, I'm gonna bore people with that discussion again. Tonikawa made me... Oh, you heard that already. The reincarnated one seems like it's written by a second speedrun game thing. A good premise. That is really kind of a good point. It's like a speedrunner's idea of a isekai world. Just rushes through everything and just completes so quickly. I mean, relationships are uncomfortable, so I get the fish guy, Bob. Yeah, I can see that. Second season blues. Not that it's good. Not good can do without season 3, personally. Tonikawa season 3? I'm sure it'll get one. It seems like it'd do so much, but it doesn't. Yeah, right. It's just so stuck. Like, it's stuck in its own dithering, even though they're married. Skip and Loafer. I think it'll go an A. Like a high A. I did feel like the ending was a little bit of a letdown. And I'm unfortunately feeling like it'll probably never get a sequel, because it's probably going to be one of those PA Works titles that never gets a sequel. But I would really love one. But like, the whole thing is great. Like, the character writing is great. The chemistry is great. What little drama there is great. It's got a fantastic cast. I just felt like the ending was... it was impactful for one character, but for the most part, it didn't feel like it was a great build-up. It felt like, okay, where's the next episode? Is that kind of ending? Like, okay, this can't be it, right? It's at least an A. You know, Skip is an A. Yeah, season 3 is coming out, and it would be last season I am watching, not interested anymore. Oh, this one was your last one you want to watch? I was about to say it has to be A. Tony Kyle remind me of former bad relationship, not telling more than for sure. That's fine, dude. It's so hard to start Skip, man. So many shows this season to catch up. Well, there's a lot of shows that get caught up if you're doing sequels, but this is technically, summer is going to be a pretty light season, thankfully, for once. Like, what, 44 total shows, unlike the usual 60? It's going to be a nice season coming up. I mean, less content for me to work with, but I can work on side projects that I never get to do. Skip and Loafer really well thought out. It is. It's extremely about acceptance of other people and not judging people by their cover. Not judging books by their covers, but at the same time knowing that most people are trying to have covers. Like, it's the whole mask issue. It's people wearing facades and wanting the world and wanting to prove themselves. So it's great. The ending was just buzz for me. Love the first and mid part of the show. Right. That's kind of the same boat for me. I mean, I get the point of the ending. It's not that everything is hunky-dory, but it's kind of one of those, at least walk forward. And I like that. I like that message of, this person's tormenting me, but at least I can walk forward. Like, at least I can move forward. 9 anime, 7 to start, 6 to catch up on. Woof. So I better Yuri is my job. Insomniacs After School. I'm going to put Insomniacs After School up in... Oh, does this one break into S? Does this one break into S? I think this is kind of equal to Skip and Loafer. Like, this one had a really good ending. Like, a really strong ending. Insomniacs did. Jude, thanks for the membership, man. Appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. Glad you like it. It was only anime my wife would watch with me this season. Awesome, awesome. Thanks so much for the support, man. I appreciate it. Really do. But no, Insomniacs, you got me sidetracked. Again, thank you. Insomniacs had, like, this one segment in, like, the third quarter. Basically the third quarter. Not the fourth quarter, but the third quarter, it just felt like nothing was really happening. They had a really good point at the end of it, but there was, like, this segment of episodes where it was like, it felt like nothing really happening. I do really love the two main characters. I love their chemistry. I love the story behind them and all that kind of stuff. I hate I'll just say that elephant in the room that I've mentioned before that I won't say is for spoilers. There's, like, this elephant in the room they kept talking about, and I got really sick of them doing that. It's like a Yurlai and April situation. But, yeah, other than that, I really enjoyed it, so. I mean, yes, S. I really think it should go on S. I might move it up if things don't, if S doesn't get too filled. We'll see, though. Like, usually when I put things in the higher lows, it means they can probably hopefully adjust. We'll see. I swear if it happens, I'm gonna rage. Sometimes the hardest truth is one unspoken, right? Yeah, we don't talk about your April's comparison. Yeah. Anyways, this show I actually dropped. I didn't get, like, a few episodes into it. It's not that I think it's gonna be a trash show, but the first episode just was not doing anything. It was like space battling mecha girls that train to be entertainers too. I don't know. It just wasn't working for me. I'm sure it actually reintroduced the bleeding nose thing, which I haven't seen in forever. Like, when's the last time anybody has watched a show where it has nosebleeds? We watched UFO Princess. I think I watched some of it. I don't know if I finished it. Demon Slayer. It's around here. I love the love Hashira, but that's about it this season, honestly. The first episode was really good. All the love Hashira moments was great, and then the ending was good. I think it's either high C or low B. I'm gonna put it in low B for now. It's entertaining. It's kind of like Hell's Paradise at this point. It's just it's entertaining. Besides the CGI fishes, it's just to watch things fight each other and Tanjiro just scream about how he's gonna go help them out, and he never moves his butt. Demon Slayer as the new shonen thing, I believe to be a solid B. Yeah, I think it's compared to older shonens, it's really good. It's just sometimes the episodes just feel like nothing happens, and that's where I get frustrated. When I feel like I'm not having anything happen, that's where I get frustrated. Yeah, having Tanjiro scream at them, cowards. That's like his new thing now, is to yell at people who's like, the dude's running away from him and he's screaming at him that he's a coward, and then he chases after him. It's like, dude, why are you just yelling? Why are you just standing there yelling at him? Just go get him. It's funny. It's so shonen. It's so shonen. And I've been able to watch Demon Slayer because of the yellow boy. Don't think I don't get that. Oh, Zenitsu. The yellow boy. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Thankfully this season, very, very, very minute amount of him, which is great. And technically second season, like half of it he was asleep. I sometimes wonder if they're getting that he's kind of annoying. I don't know. Anyways, to my one-hit kill sister. It kind of petered off for me. It had some good moments, though. I think I'll go low B for now. I think it had some good moments, but it might be high C. I don't know. I'll put it in high C for right now. No, low B for now. We'll put it in low B for now. I might shift it later. Kill Maria was great, but she doesn't carry the whole show. She doesn't carry the whole show. It's kind of one of those shows where I like every character's introduction, but then after that, it's like, okay, let's just keep hitting the same thing over and over again. The show had some good reaction images, right? She did it for you. Kill Maria is underused. Yeah, she was. Ka. Yeah, she's ka. I love the laugh. She's great. But yeah, it's kind of one of those shows that just, once they get the jokes out there for each character, it just doesn't really do anything with them. I'm gonna put it in high C. I've changed my mind. I'm gonna put it in high C. Right next to that. I enjoyed it more than Hell's Paradise, unfortunately. Yeah, no demon, no son, no life. U149. U149. I think I'll put that low A, high B, I think. It had a lot of episodes that were very shrug, but it had some really good episodes too. I would say like 3 or 4 really good episodes. I'll put high B for now. I think I'm gonna put high B for now. It like I said, it had a few really good episodes. The bungee jump episode was just like chef kiss. Like that, the bungee jump. If you just had me rank one, if it was like an OVA one episode and it was just the bungee jump episode, S. Like that episode was so freaking good. Yeah, I liked Arisu's episode. I liked there was one other episode I liked. It had a really good ending too. I enjoyed the ending too. Oh, the streaming episode. The live stream episode was good too. U149 is high B, I think. Has some really cute stuff. It was cute. Like overall, it was super cute. Concert was great. The roof concert I especially liked. U149 was the YouTube show, right? Can't argue with that for accessibility. Was it on YouTube as well? That's good. Kamikatsu. Oh, Kamikatsu. Oh, poor Kamikatsu. People really like idol shows. Should give them a shot. God, which one would I suggest as a starter? I think that a lot of people do recommend something like Zombieland Saga because it's technically making fun of idols, so it's a nice kind of... It's one that you can kind of relate with but while you're kind of slipping into it. But they're... And I don't think you really lose much context as to what they're making fun of because it's technically pretty standard entertainment stuff. But, yeah, I think Zombieland Saga is a good starter. Oshinoko is not really an idol show. Oshinoko legit is not even an idol show. There's like 2 episodes worth of idols. Technically 2.5 if you count how long the first episode is. Oshinoko is just entertainment industry in Japan in general. So if you want to get into the entertainment industry, that's it. But it's not an idol show. Idol shows are technically group of characters get together for a group. You typically get through each of the character and what's their driving force for being an idol. Then you have performances, you have downfalls, you have uprises, all that kind of stuff in it. Yes, if you went by how much idols was in it, Kamikatsu was more of an idol show. But yeah. Thank you at last, someone who says Oshinoko is not an idol show. Yeah, it's the industry in general. I'm certain eventually it'll be more focused on that, but it's so all over the place. I think you're thinking of Kizuna no LA. Wolf Kizuna no LA. We'll get to that eventually. Anyways, Kamikatsu is... No, I was starting to think of another show that was idols that I really liked. I like 22/7, but that one is a little weird. So if you like weird stuff, 22/7's good. If you're looking for like super bizarre, idolish. Was it idolish? That one was super bizarre. I think my favorite so far has always been Cinderella Girls. I think of overall, that's 2 cores though. But I think Cinderella Girls has always been kind of my favorite of all of them. So I'd probably say that one, I guess, if you're looking for like a pure idol show. If you're looking for one that's an outsider's perspective, I really like if my favorite idol got to Budokan. That's a super good, funny one, but it's about the fandom around it. Remember that Kamikatsu was intentional bad and troll, Andrew, and now you are finished. Thank you for the membership. Appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, it's completely intentional. Everything was intentional. My gosh, dude. Love Live is great too. I would say the original Love Live is a good solid show too. It's very cutesy. Schools, obviously, because school idol, but Idolish 7. Yeah, Idolish 7 was Troika's original, which I've always kind of wanted to check out. It's boy band, obviously, but anyways, Kamikatsu. The completely intentional for all its problems. It's completely intentional. Don't critique it because it's everything about it's intentional. I really like the start of it. Like, the first 4 or so episodes is really good. But it just... The unfortunate thing is that, obviously, it's based on your humor spectrum. I like the earlier segments with the raunchy humor. It's over-the-top raunchy humor. I'm not a huge fan of, like, the stuff around the, what was her name? Ria Takahashi's place. The Ria Takahashi's arc. I don't really care so much about that sort of, comedy. Like, none of that comedy hit me. It started to get funny again towards the later part, but overall, like, the production values, the delays, none of it made any sense. I like the concept behind it. It just kind of fell apart bad. So I'll put it in low C. It's not terrible, but it's unfortunately in the end not that great. Shrug. Norden is the best idol show. Norden. I legit for the longest time have been wanting to try Norden again, because that did not work for me when it first came out, because I was just getting back into like full into anime. And Chris watched it, and he liked it, but it was not working for me. It's very much so, again, similar to Kamikatsu. It's very more raunchy in the humor. I do want to give it another shot. I really do. Like, no joke. Kamikatsu had such bad CGI that it made me laugh. And then everybody says that's supposed to be intentional, so it's all good, right? No, the truck running into the big worm thing was probably my last straw. I'm like, really? Okay, let's just finish the show already. By the way, Norn light novel is getting a fan translation. Really? That's cool. After a yeah, that's all I was about to say. That's been a long time. Watched it recently since S. One of these days. One of these days. Elaborate on what? Which comment? Kamikatsu was I did like the 8-bit stuff in Kamikatsu. Yeah, for once Truck-kun was the hero of this show and not the villain. Galaxy Next Door. Honestly, Galaxy Next Door is one of those shows that the more I think about it, the more I like it. It's kind of one of those ones that it ages. Like, it ages fine. It's like a fine wine. It ages well. I'm going to put it right next to Idol. I think right next to U-149 Idolmasters. It's got good chemistry between the characters. There's a side of it that's just kind of really weird and kind of unsettling that I thought was decently touched on, I guess. Like, it had this concept with the stinger that honestly was a little bit weird at first, but ultimately in the end sort of made a good punchline in the end. And I really like the siblings. The relationship with the siblings was really good. I really like their chemistry and everything. It was a fun show about farming and lots of dumb humor. Yeah, it's pretty much like, if I remember correctly, it was an idol that goes and lives in some remote place and they have a farm, and yeah. It's like Silver Spoon, but with idols, I guess. And a lot of adult humor, from what I remember correctly. Very edgy. Galaxy Next Door, I am on episode 6. Have to catch up. Really enjoyed it overall. The hero is dead. I think D's good. I like the guys. I appreciate the guy's appreciation for thighs. Unfortunately, it had a few really good funny moments, but for the most part, like, it just one, visually went downhill quick, and two, just not a very interesting story. The OP is at least an S. It had a fun OP. It was very catchy. One note over and over again, pretty much, yes. Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible is finally done. No thanks to Aniplex. That was funny. I can see that one being funny. Kubo is, I think, in low C for me, probably high D. Probably I'll do low C. It's got a niceness to it. It's very charming, but my gosh, I got sick of the main guy really quick. Like, the whole shtick of being invisible was just like, all right, I get it. All right, I get it. Kubo's great though. I thought Kubo was a fantastic character. I like Kubo's sister and her cousin. It was a cousin, I think. They were all great. I just hate him. Like, he's so boring. He's such a boring character. Didn't see the co-anime yet. Well, it was delayed for, like, an entire season. For a show about thighs, the thigh service wasn't as good as Ryza or... Dude, Ryza has sold its entire franchise on it, but I guess that makes sense because this one is kind of technically as well. I got bored of him because he's invisible. Yeah, I couldn't find him. Like, half the time, the screen was just on an empty chair, and I couldn't figure out what the hell I was watching. God, what a weird show. I know you don't like drunk girls, but the sister of Kubo was, for me, was really nice. She was fine. She wasn't that bad. She wasn't that bad. Yuri is my job. And we'll fill the trash bin a little more. It's sort of at the top of the trash bin. It's like it's trying to get out. So it's not that bad. It's kind of on the rim, trying to get out of there. I just hate the characters overall. It looked good. I just didn't like the characters. Like, the characters are so unlikable. Like, across the board, I did not like any of them. Not that I have to like characters, but if I don't like them, it has to be the point. And I don't think it was the point. Yeah, here's my job needs the drunk girl cliche. Unlikable in a bad way. Yeah, it's not in a good way. I hate so many people. No, I don't. It's only like... Well, here's the thing, okay? I don't really necessarily mind the Yaru. I don't necessarily mind the cook. I hate the three in the middle here. The three main girls are the yandere, the main girl, and this... I pretty much hate you my entire life and my entire existence in order to make your life a living hell because you didn't play piano with me. I didn't like these three in the middle. The manager was fine. I don't get how I guess all the credits to her for basically forcing this idiot to work there for a long period of time when she could have just walked out the door at any moment. Anyways. So there's only three characters technically that I didn't like. Like the whole first arc, the first half is literally the two of them. Tachibana or whatever her name is and the main girl. And then the second half is Yandere Girl. And it's like both stories I hated. So, there you go. Didn't watch Years of My Job either. Only watched the one trash anime so far. There will be Isekai with the Yandere. That would be fine. I would take that. Years of My Job. Like the ED, OPED, but nothing else. I can't even remember the ED. The OP was fine. Yeah, the OP was fine. Actually, the girl, Yara was best girl. She was best girl until it got into this whole stupid thing where she, like, is hyper obsessed with stopping love. Let's hear it for Union. Union's great. Watch your Jury Is My Job felt like a job. Dude, a Jury Is My Job would be a great story. Like, just nothing but a concept of jury workers in Japan. I think that'd be really... I don't know that I want to see that, though, because what I understand of the justice system over there is not that great, but... Having a boyfriend would fix their problems. I'm gonna not touch that one. I'm gonna just walk away from that one. I'm gonna just walk away from that one. Anyways, yeah, Union, Konosuba, a Union in this wonderful world. It's pretty much the Union show. I think high C is good. I think high C is good. We're starting to fill up C's, so let's go ahead and knock up this one up. No, I'm not gonna put up there. I don't really... Nah, we'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. I might drop Kubo down. I was very disappointed in an explosion on this wonderful world because I immediately thought Konosuba, which is literally like one of the best comedies of all time in my opinion, and to have my favorite, it's technically my favorite character of the original series have her own show. It just didn't feel like Mega Man. Like, it didn't feel like her. None of what I usually expect of Mega Man was there. Like, she was so outshined by all the other characters. It just felt like, does she get her personality at some point? Because I don't really get where Mega Man is in this character. The sister was great. She kind of helped out the beginning moments. Her kind of running into very difficult situations that she doesn't understand. And then, like I said, yeah, Union, in the later part, pretty much saved it. Like, Union's chemistry with Mega Man carried the end of it. It just took too long to get to that moment. Kazuma carries Konosuba more. Yeah, I think a lot of it is Kazuma. Kazuma Des. It's really he's the straight man in the most part. It's him in the middle of a bunch of really wacky people. And so getting his reaction a lot of the time is the blunt of the jokes, I guess. Or the punchline. Personally love it, and I don't mind extra characters for Mega Man, especially Union. Yeah, I think most people are kind of agree that Union was the greatest part of it. We're up to volume 10 of the light novel. Oh, agreeing with the comment about Kazuma. This one's easy. I'm not gonna joke around with it. We'll just put it up there. I've talked it to death. And do you know that joke that I is reincarnated as a baby? It was a funny picture. Yeah, I've seen it. I did like when Mega Man was conning people to join the cult. That was okay. It's again, it's kind of one of those ones where it just kind of keeps dragging out. I like the ending to it with the demon showing up and the pastor guy like just literally wrecking her and making her flee. Oshiko's S fight me. I don't think anybody's fighting. There is those people. Every fandom's got to have those people. Let's be perfectly honest. But I don't let it bug me. Oshi being outside of S would be a tough debate. But no, it's great. Like I've said before, it follows the entertainment industry in Japan. Everything it hits on is stuff that I understand from the entertainment industry itself. So it's all real. It's all from the perspective of somebody that obviously knows the entertainment industry, being literally involved with live actions and everything that he's done for it. His writing is spot on. The characters are amazing. The drama is fantastic. It's got messages in there that are extremely positive that I think everybody needs to hear, even though sometimes they're very difficult to hear. Yeah, it's great, though. Visually, it's fantastic. I'm loving that Dogokobo came back and actually did a good job. I was very afraid of them doing it. Would rate explosion high B, a low A? Fight me. No, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine with people enjoying it. It's a comedy, so it's obviously going to be different for everybody. It's crude, but not being vulgar. I guess it's a good way of putting it. I don't like oshinoko, but I don't say anything negative. You just did. You said I don't like it. How dare you? It's fine. You just can't be friends anymore. That's all. I'm sad to say that we're no longer friends. I'm just joking. Taku Elf. Taku Elf. I don't even know. It's probably low B. Yeah, I think low B is good. Yeah, I'll do low B. I definitely enjoyed it more than Demon Slayer. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. I might actually rank these by this. Yeah, I think B is good for it. It's kind of one of those ones where I enjoy everything about it. It puts a smile on my face. I think, God, I'm forgetting her name already. Elda? It's Elda, right? God, I'm already in, my brain is like wiped last season off of it already, and it's going, okay, let's start memorizing 500 more names. Elda, yes, thank you. I love Elda. Like, she's so sweet, even though she's a total slob. She's a good slob. Like, she's not Umaru-chan slob. So I like her, and it works out. I think the only weakness is probably a lot of the side characters they introduced and really didn't do anything with it. But other than that, I think for the most part, visually it was good. I love the character designs. The only thing that was really the big stick for me, and it's really going to be different for everybody, is a lot of the history stuff. For the most part, I would say like half the time when she gets to rambling about old stuff, I didn't care. Like, I didn't really care about what she was talking about. But that's just a personal thing. I kind of best describe it as it's when a boomer meets a zoomer and they just start talking about stuff. It's really what it feels like. Ella's perfection. I would take care of her. I would take care of her. Unless she started spending too much of my money, and then it would be a little bit difficult. That's the only difficult part about her, is she spends a lot of money. I like story, but history is one of those things where it depends on the subject, really, for me. I don't jump on loving every subject of history. I'm very picky about what I want to actually dig into. Brain's only got so limited much space. Now, friends, let's all go out and enjoy a nice Red Bull. This stream brought to you by Red Bull. She spends her allowance? Yeah, that's true. She's just gotta live off of ramen for a while. My home hero. Oh, this is a toughie. This is an absolute toughie. No, I guess it's pretty much in the B area as well. I'll say low B. It had a rough start for me. I honestly really didn't like the beginning of it. it has a really rough start. It doesn't portray the kind of travesty that it sort of opens up with. But after that, once I stopped worrying about the fact that it wasn't going to be like a perfect adaptation, I really enjoyed it. Like, it's got a really good game of cat and mouse. It is take out somebody, cover it up, constantly be ahead of the game. You know, somebody's looking into you, always be ahead of them. So it's a really good one though. Everybody's good. I'm pretty much on B. That's good. I'm more surprised that many people has watched it. I figured this would be one of those ones where I say I'm gonna put this in B and everybody's like, didn't watch it. Yeah, the mother is S tier. Like, if the show was just about the mother, it would be S tier. She is so good. Like, she is so spitfire. I love her. You gotta, every man out there has to find a woman that's willing to rappel off the side of an apartment building for them. That's when you know you gotta keep her. If she's like, where's the equipment at? And she throws it on, that's a keeper. Yeah, well, she didn't really repel. She's a ladder. But yeah, you get my point. She's a keeper. I loved her. No, I think the selling point for her was the one, not the, God, again, I'm wiping memories out already. The guy that was investigating him, he kept prodding, and at some point she's like, he's asking too many questions. He's looking too much. We might have to get rid of him. And I'm like, they just got done getting rid of one body, and she's already getting ready for the second. Like, she's like, all right, I'll go get the bleach. I'll be right back. Just tell me, just call me up on the phone when we're ready. I love her. She's great. She's definitely gonna go in the best moms list for sure. Yeah, the suffocating scene was great too. She was on point with that, and that's technically, you know, if it's mindful, that's really a good statement of a character, that in a situation like that you're thinking on your feet. Because not everybody can really think that quickly when literally the room's full of men and they're a woman and they're tackled down and having their face covered. That's a mom. I guess it's just in general, that's a mom. If the mom was born into the Yakuza family, she would take over the world. She'd be like that lady from, that's probably who that is. Way the house husband, that one lady. It's probably her. It's totally her. You're 10 years from now. Mashal. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I guess it's not that. I don't know. It's between C and D, I would say. I don't want to put it in C though. It's just basically One Punch Man, Hogwarts, in the end, and most of the time the humor didn't really work for me. I don't think I'll even continue it. I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. I don't think it's gonna get any better, but yeah, it's got an entertainment factor. I agree, Soul Taker. It's just for the most part the comedy wasn't working for me, and the punchlines, pun unintended, didn't work for me either. So. It's not a terrible show. I would never tell people that it's a terrible show. It's just, in general, didn't work for me. One Punch Muggle. Reliana. Why Reliana ended up at the Duke's Mansion? I'm gonna explain this in a way that I think makes sense in going through episodes. Like, this one's one of those ones where, like, early episodes, like first quarter, this show was doing this, and it got about the halfway point. I was pretty much solid in A. And then as it got into third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter, I think that's good. I think, well, maybe high C. High C, low B. I still really love the chemistry. Even if the show wasn't working, I still love their chemistry. But damn, the later story stuff was just shrug. I think Reliana is a manhwa. Reliana was a good character, and I really do like One Night or whatever his name is. I think he was really cool too. It's just the story, like, I think the moment they went to the whole Flame Festival thing, Everything after that I hated, and I really don't like the fact that the main heroine character never got explained. Like, they put so much emphasis on how important Beatrix is at the very beginning, and then at some point they insinuate that she's, like, behind everything, and at that moment I got really angry because I'm sure eventually I'll run into a story where it works and that it's done right in a way that I like. I have a thing against shows where it introduces an isekai later. I hate that stuff. Like, suddenly out of nowhere you realize Beatrice was an isekai the whole time. I know that's where they're going with it, because Beatrice isn't acting like she should be. Beatrix is the friend of Raeliana, but yet it seems like she's actually working to get Raeliana killed, and this is my suspicion. We don't even have an answer. This is my suspicion, and if it does that, I don't know that I would even like the manhwa. So, and I don't think it's going to get a second season. It's kind of one of those shows that never gets a second season, so I might just jump in the manhwa and see where it goes. I still like it. Like, I still really like the show. I still like the story. Very much so carried by the chemistry of these characters. Not a fan, but some of my friends are, and they felt disappointed by the adaptation. Just by pacing, where they cut it off, or just the quality? I'd be curious. Raeliana manhwa fans were disappointed? Yeah. See? Just in general? I might start from the beginning. I usually like to start from the beginning whenever I do a read-through of something, because I always know that a lot of stuff is changed. Like, I'll eventually go read Magical Revolution, 80,000 Gold. It's a couple other ones, and I would probably start from the very beginning. Didn't think to ask them. Sorry, dude. It's good to hear that, because I don't think I've really heard many people talk about the source material, so it's good to know. I interpreted, I think it was a light novel Raeliana caught. Is it? I kept seeing everybody say it's based on a manhwa early on. I could be wrong. Danger in My Heart S loved it. The really isekai were friends you met along the way, or the friends you met along the way. Dangers in My Heart, easy S. It's like fighting. It's so fighting with oshinoko. I just love it. I think it's absolutely amazing. Danger in My Heart on episode 8. Yeah, I definitely finished that one. It's just one of those shows that just gets good and better with every episode. It took, what was it, late episode 3 or episode 4 before it took off. Like, the first 2 episodes are kind of like, okay, waifu show. That's really all it is. Here's this cute girl. She's super cute. Guy reacts to her craziness. But no, like, the moment the ball hits the face, the moment that basketball hits him right in the face, it just took off. It just took off from there. The musician behind A Silent Voice, doing the music for it, he's incredible. The directors did a phenomenal job of it. The studio did a phenomenal job of it. It's an absolutely... I'd be hard pressed to say exactly where it's going to go. Eventually, I'm going to do probably another 100 top list, because I haven't done one of those in forever. But it's like, it's probably easily in my top 50 favorite anime of all time. I would have to go look. That's just like a guess. It's easily one of my favorite anime of all time. It's super good. Every bit of it was great. I'm so happy it's getting a second season. I hopefully it doesn't have second season syndrome. I really do hope. Shame I missed most of the show. Takagi-san director, yeah. Danger in My Heart came out of nowhere, man. Cute girl, no fan service. They respected Anna. They respect Anna. It could have gone down a lot of routes like that. Yeah, it could have easily gone the ecchi route. And I mean, they have moments in it where it gets a little bit, you know, questionable, but it never goes over the line. It's kind of one of those ones that's easy to recommend most people. I mean, besides the classmates being like super raunchy all the time, but it's stupid kids. Like, kids do that. Welcome to real life. By the power of interweave, smash the like button. What's up, Petro? No, you were here earlier. I think I said hi to you already. Oh gosh, Aristocrat trash. Trashing it. It's probably not like the worst trash. It's probably easily like at the top of the barrel. It's kicking Yuri as my job down. Season 2 will be even better. I'm looking forward to it then. It's another one of those ones where I'm really tempted to jump into the manga of it. It's a manga, right? I think it's a manga. The sister and Moe, really likable characters. Yeah, like the brief moment they actually got into side characters, they did a good job of kind of dipping into them a little bit, and I really liked them. The sister was great. Petra, you can't run from Kiss X Sis. Yeah, when are we gonna have the next Kiss X Sis watch on Discord? I've been waiting for that next watch along. It's been too long since we've got our next episode in. Would you say Dangerous is the best romance of the season? Yes. I mean, I don't necessarily want to call it a romance yet, but I mean, it's classified as a romance, and based on all the ones that were classified as romance, I would say so. I'd honestly say that it's kind of one of those shows where it's very much so budding love. But a lot of people do consider that to be romance. The core story isn't so much about love, it's more self-hatred, I guess is the best way to put it. How do I enter the watch along on Discord? Well, if you're wanting to watch Kiss X Sis with us, it's just whenever they just jump into the Discord together. But the watch along itself that they do as a group is in the watch along channel. You gotta hit the eyeballs in the rules channel. Rank of the Kings is incredible. It will always be incredible. I love every minute of Rank of the Kings. I will say that the first 2 episodes of this season was blah, if you want to call it a season. The Treasure Chest of Courage, the cut stuff. It is Adrian, by the way, discord.otakuspirit.com should work now if you don't want to have to go back and find the link every time. Just a side note. But no, it is technically a bunch of skip stuff, but damn, once it got past like the first 2 or 3 episodes, it got so good. Like all the cut content was stuff that I hated that was skipped, that they technically skipped. And then I was in the description. Okay, I got you. All the stuff that they skipped was stuff I technically wanted them to cover in the first season. So getting all that context was great. And then getting like the future stuff later on with the brothers was just so good. So good. And I have like a million more questions I want answered. And I need another season now. So I don't think they have enough for another season. They might do a movie though. So I love the Order Night parts. I would say Danger to My Heart more than a romance is speed up slice of life of teens getting... Yeah, at its core, really, it is slice of life. Like, it is pure slice of life stuff there. Comedy, slightly, but very much so slice of life. Coming of age, really. Cheat skill, right in the trash, all the way down the very bottom of it. The only thing this show has going for it is the girls are hot. But other than that, I just don't like this show. And yes, technically the studio once again being one of the worst studios ever because they can't animate crap, which sucks. And it sucks because the studio has a style, and I understand because they use that style, it's very so much a style you can't animate. And I think that's really where the studio is finding problems. Is they're so focused on having very detailed characters. There's always a trade-off in animation. There is studios that can pull it off, where they can have both style, detail, and animation, and still make it move. But a lot of studios will sort of be in that back and forth between, do we make something that's more higher detail but less moving? Or do we do something where it is less detail but we can move it easier? Like the animators can change frames a lot easier. This studio literally goes like all the way to the style side of it and wants no animation whatsoever. They suck at perspective. They suck at pretty much giving you a sense of where characters are at in the scene. I have no sense whatsoever as to how far characters are from each other most of the time. There's a term for it. I have no sense of presence of the characters, I guess, is really the main key thing there. It's just visually bad. I got a kick out of the, what was it? Was it the last episode? No, I think it was the episode before the last one. where he goes at the door to talk to the queen or the princess, and he goes to knock on the door, and he's like this with his hand out, and then she opens it. You can hear the door open, and then she appears in front of the door, and he's like, "Oh, okay, crap." And then she starts talking, and then out of nowhere, the assassin girl starts talking, and you can hear her footsteps, and it cuts back to him, and his hand's still stuck out, and then it cuts over to him, and she's there. And then it cuts back to him, and he still has his hand out. Like, they can't animate to put his hand back down, so his hand's up the entire time. Oh, it was so bizarre. It's an absolute bizarre show. There was a lot of fun in how bad it was. But anyways, that's enough bashing cheat skill. At least at some point he acknowledged that he's cheating. They should just outsource everywhere to the Studio Pierrot. I guess. Cheat skill had like 10 minutes of episode 12 just be dude, that was so annoying. Dude, that was like Wake Up Girls season 2 levels there. Like, for those who don't know, Wake Up Girls season 2, there was so much of that show that was literally just the outside of the studio. So they had like this little studio building, and they were doing practice in the second floor and doing meetings and stuff. And every time something was happening, it would cut to the outside, and you would see just a shot of the brick wall with a window in it. And that was literally like a good segment of that show was just the outside of the building. It was so annoying. Or, but that was censorship technically, but Tokyo Revengers, where they kept showing the shrine instead of the characters because there was all the manji symbols that apparently are too offensive. I've already watched Mashal. I stopped at episode 1. I finished it. It was a pretty good ending, though. I'll admit that it had a good ending. Terrence and Goddesses anime second season. Looking forward to it. Yeah. Yeah. That show. That show. Cafe Torrents. Cafe Torrents. There you go. D's good. S plus. I guess it's not D. It's between D and C. Yeah, I'll put it in C. It's just barely hanging on to C. I'll say probably C. It probably is D though. I just hate a lot of the characters. Like, for the most part, I hated them. I think it's nice that it technically my perspective of them changed over time, which I guess is a good sign of the show. Because early on, I hated everybody. Except for the main character. The main character, I just kind of felt for him because he had an excuse for being really angry. I ironically like this show after weeks of bashing it on Discord. you were, what was it? What's the term? You were converted. Or you got Stockholm Syndrome. Still have to watch Cafe. Terrence Girl's best girls is the rocker. Yes, the rocker girl was the best. I kind of like the pigtail girl, but that's it. I like the rocker. I kind of like the pigtail girl. The rest I don't like. You remember me, Andrew? I'm the heel here. The problem is most anime is no Roxy. There was no Roxy in there. That's the problem. Yes, right back in the trash can because no Roxy. But no, I do want to give credit for, at least by the end of it, I didn't hate all the characters. But at the same time, I don't know. I didn't get most of it. So, yeah, whatever. Yeah, the rocker was the only one that wasn't, like, legitimately making me hate everybody. There's a second girl I also like with the Garu. I guess the women who had the bad upbringings. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, somebody said that the second season is probably going to introduce more characters, and I'm like, I don't know that I could do more character introductions in this show. How is it possible every anime just a Roxy in it? It has to have a Roxy in it, or it will have a Roxy in it. Tokyo Mew 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 Mew. I'll put it in the C area as well. It's super enjoyable for me for nostalgic, but like overall, it as a show is probably like a C. Oh, they're trash if they don't have Roxy, that's for sure. Well, technically, Hell's Paradise had a Roxy in it, but all she said was weak, weak, strong, weak, weak, strong, weak. That's all she said the entire show. And it was only like 3 episodes of the entire show. Like, she didn't say anything, and then out of nowhere, all she's saying is weak, strong, weak, 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 strong. And then that's like her whole role in the show, is to say that. And it was super cute. Don't get me wrong, it was super cute. But that was literally the only Roxy we got in that show. It was so funny because when she started talking, I'm like, I realized that she wasn't saying anything. But when she did finally start talking, I was like, holy crap, it's Roxy. He says the same thing. Shiko Tensei. Roxy, wake, pretty strong. All right. That's good. That's good. I like that. That's literally gonna be like most of the second part of the second season is gonna be strong, weak, weak, strong, strong, weak, strong. Oh, but it's gonna be all in her head though. That's good though. That is really good. Oh my gosh. Anyways, Yamada-kun at level 99999999999. This is pretty much opposite of Skip and Loafer, where it has a pretty weak start, but the ending's really good. Like, it has a really strong ending. I'd probably put an A as well. It's not a perfect show by any stretch, and it does have some rough points, especially early on. But I felt like it turned into something really good in the end. I was the entire time really wondering what they were going to do with Yamada himself. And at the end, I was like, okay, I'm actually surprised by this, because this is technically one of those stories that's very common. The person that doesn't really express themselves at all. But like, they nailed it. Like, they nailed his story really well. Definitely gains as goes. It's a delayed starter. Because I really didn't like her at the beginning. I really didn't like her. But I started feeling for her at some point, and really kind of grew to respect her as a character. Listen, ADU. So it's almost like progressively good. Like swirling progressive. Watch the clip of Yamada-kun. It was really good in that clip. It's a pretty solid visually show. They took a lot of liberties to kind of give it some flair, but it was solid. They're very grounded, yes. That's why I mean really good with especially Yamada, is they could really make it really very tropish, but they handled it very respectfully. It's a very difficult. I think handling a character that's sort of, not that he's socially inept. Like, he knows he's a social person. Yamada is a social person. He just doesn't. He doesn't express himself well. And I usually don't care for how a lot of anime Japanese storytelling handles that. It always feels very kind of shrug in the end. But like I said, I was very surprised by how they handled it. Anyways, the cat show. Meow, 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 meow. Is Petro still here? Is Petro still here? Petro in the chat. I need Petro in the chat. I respect her until the last episode, then got mad at her for robbing that cradle instead of being his wingman. What? I am so trying to figure out where that is going. Petro is non-responsive. This Petro has crashed. I just want to publicly shame Petro as usual. And whenever I talk about this show, I have to publicly shame Petro. The guy that wanted the Discord channel just for this show, and then he hated it. Um, it's like a high D for me. I think it as a show is probably a B. Me personally, I think it's a D. First, give him a Roxy to recover from confusion. Yeah, Petro was like super madly in love with the show early on. And he thought that it was like so amazing. And then at some point, I think it was in the last time that when I did my first my first tier list for this season. It was my early season tier list. And I asked him in the chat what he thought it was supposed to go in because he was getting mad. And he literally like gave it like a C or a B or something like that. I'm like, dude, really? You of all people? I thought you were super hyping this show. You wanted to channel for it and everything. Oh, he's crazy. Gotta love Petro. Gotta love Petro. Anyways, yeah, I think what it does fine. It just wasn't very entertaining. I think the best way that we put it in our podcast review was that it's sort of one of those shows that it's like Instagram. It's like an Instagram pet owner. It's like you're just watching a bunch of people say how great their pets are, and it's like, okay, yeah, I don't really need a whole show about that. Good have your cat. Oh, Gundam. Let me take a quick break before I do Gundam. I need to get a refill. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, sorry. I missed the comment about Master. Why? I miss him so much. Ugh. By the time he comes back, I'm gonna forget how to do his voice. I always have, like, every character that I do with Mushoku Mondays is I have like one line that sort of reminds me how their pitch is. But Talhan's the worst. Talhan is absolutely the worst. I regret what I chose to do with his voice. Anyways, lots of discussion about Gundam the Witch of Mercury. I do kind of agree that, like, Sweata's a character. Dalhan said that Sweata's a kind of a character that works for a slice of life, but not for a Gundam show. They could have done something really cool with her, but they unfortunately did not. So, yeah, that didn't work. Just boot up Deep Rock Galactic and you'll remember. I don't even know what Deep Rock Galactic is. What is Deep Rock Galactic? Sticking to C+. I'm nailing the Mushoku Monday voices. Don't worry about it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I think I don't know which one's my favorite right now that I'm doing. It would probably be Zenoba, even though it kind of sounds dumbish. I like it. Gundam. It's kind of one of those shows where it had like one really good strong plot point, and then once that was kind of revealed, they didn't really do too much after that point. I think overall it's still a very enjoyable, entertaining show, but it really didn't do... It's definitely nowhere near like one of my favorite Gundams of all time. I think C+ is good, maybe low B. It had a lot of potential. I don't think it delivered on a lot of it. Also, Eurobait with no Yuri. How could it lie to us? It's like one of the few shows that sort of delivers on it, so I don't know why people would be mad about it. I think C is strong for it, though. And maybe, like I said, low B probably as well. I just think the ending is super, like, a big letdown. The ending was very much so a letdown. Not that I wanted death like everybody. Like, everybody wanted, like, 15 people to die. Like, oh, it's Gundam, everybody's gotta die. Yeah, technically Gundam can be sort of harsh with its ending, and I think a lot of the expectations set with things like Iron-Blooded Orphans. I don't expect that, but I expect there to be repercussions, and I didn't feel like anything was really... It didn't feel like anybody got any repercussions at the end of that. Yes, people were being investigated, and there was, like, hearings happening, but, like, nothing was solidified. Like, this happened to this person, which was kind of fun. Except for Nika. Nika was the only one that felt like she had any sort of repercussions. And it wasn't much. She must have done, like, a plea bargain. They had Yuri at the very start and basically the end. That's most of it, really, yeah. Zenoba's gonna be a great Zenoba and the hater master. Master, it's trash. They really forgot that Char Mommy went full Earth genocide. I like how she got, like, pretty much no bad. I'm gonna get spoilers. I'm talking spoilers. Yeah, that was okay. Alright. Enjoy the rest of your retirement. Heavenly Delusions. Despite the fact that I think the ending kind of bugs me because more questions are created than answered, it's a great show. Like, it's full-on fantastic show. Yeah, I love it to death. I think I put that at, what, my second favorite of the season? I think now, looking back, Dangerous has kind of taken over it. But, yeah. Super loved Heavenly Delusion. Super good. My friend hated the ending of Iron-Blooded Orphans, but I thought it was good ending. Oh, it was a super good ending. I loved Iron-Blooded. I hated it. I hated it because of reasons, but I think it was fantastic, the ending. It's a true sign when you see how brutal things can get, and you accept it, in a way, even though it sucks. I can't wait for your voices. I understand it's difficult to film and also editing, but I appreciate any voice acting in the novel. I think it works out for a lot of people because some people I know like to just listen to it. And rather than me say, Emily said this, Paul said this character said this, if I can at least have some sort of difference between them, and it helps me on the side of recording it as well, so. Just sometimes I fumble over trying to figure out what characters sound like or remembering. Straight up had no repercussion for action, right? And again, it's technically explaining the idea that Shadiq took that burden, but he didn't take the responsibility for everything. Just quiet. Was it quiet? Playing quiet? Or was it Quieto? I don't remember. See you next Monday, Sugar Mondays. I'm staying online. Alright, take care, Duhalt. Mr. Late and first to leave. Heavenly Delusion was really strong. High A or S. I was shocked that Giga's data storm at the end of Gundam killed no one. You would think. But no, anyways, it's super good. Like I said, it's kind of one of those shows where every episode you're constantly trying to figure out what's going on. There's a mystery aspect to it that I think was really well presented. Visually, Production IG did a fantastic job. I think it was like Danger to My Heart does really good at presenting certain scenes. Iron Blood Orphans had some great battles. Obviously, Hell's Paradise had some really cool fight scenes, but like just like pure visual detail and everything, I think Heavenly Delusion did a great job. Hell's Paradise is jumping in my head when I'm trying to say the name of it. It's super good though. Again, like the only problem I have is the ending, which again creates too many questions. But pretty sure it's probably a really good spot to end it on. It does help the fact that to take the route is why Michiko Mondays makes it amazing. Well, I'm glad that it's appreciated. I'm back later than you think for 10 minutes later. I'm back later than you for sure. 10 minutes later. My brother is really good at voices. Oshi, Demon Slayer, and Heavenly are the best looking shows this season. Yeah, also Demon Slayer, obviously. Obviously Demon Slayer. Besides the fish and the dragon, Demon Slayer is, yeah. Like the final area of that last fight, that whole open field with the lighting was super good. Like that was super, like the perspective shots and everything was super beautiful. Yeah, and the battles for Gundam Bewitched Mercury were good, but there was a lot of them that were very, compared to most recent Gundams, wasn't as, I guess, clever with the fights themselves. It was a lot of just kind of just either darting around or just colliding. This is kind of why I liked Iron Blood Orphans so much. I love ground combat a lot because there's a lot more thought put into ground combat than space combat. So whenever Gundam gets... And that kind of explains why my favorite Gundams of all time are a lot that are based on a planet of some sort. 08th MS Team, it's very guerrilla warfare in a jungle. War in the Pocket was mostly based on ground as well. And Iron Blood Orphans had a lot of ground battling as well. Very melee based. So I do appreciate Gundam a lot more when it's not space combat. I've never really cared much for space combat. I think Gundam Origins did some really good space battles. Obviously Thunderbolt did some amazing space battles, but a lot of that was presentation and music. But yeah. Give me 8 MS Team. I knew Earthly would speak up on that one. Insomniacs After School surprised me. I genuinely think it's better than Heavenly Delusion and Oshinoko. That's just your opinion, bro. No, I'm joking. I agree. They're beautiful for their own reason. Like these ones up here, like even when I did my top 10 list for the season, these ones are like those ones that they're all like S and #1 for their own reasons. It's hard to really, based on different genres, it's very hard to really compare them. Which duels you will dart around until you can use your smart bomb. The marginal service. I'm not gonna trash it, but it's kind of a D for me. I It had some really fun references early on. They also did some really good references later on as well that I liked, that I got a chuckle out of. But for the most part, it's just like Japan version of Men in Black, and it just didn't really... It just wasn't entertaining all the way through for the most part. Yeah, it's kind of dumb fun. Yeah. I've yet to see partial service anime. Kizuna no Ella is trash. I didn't like it. I hate that it's got a second season when there's so many shows. Like, okay, let me go down the list of shows that don't have a second season that need it. Got a second season. Doesn't really have content for it. Doesn't have content for it. Doesn't have a second season. It needs a second season. It badly needs a second season. Would love another season. I don't think it's been announced for third season yet. I think I've seen somebody throwing something up on Twitter, but I don't think it's been confirmed. But it's probably gonna get a third season. Needs a second season. Doesn't have one yet. I would like another season. I'm okay. Okay for now. It's obviously gonna get another season. It's already got another season. I'm okay. Yes, badly needs a second season. I'm okay. It has one. I'm okay. It has one. No, it doesn't even have it. This literally, they went past the manga, so they don't have anything for that one. I hate that I got a second season. I don't need it. It's done. I don't need it. It's getting it. Don't need it. And none of these, of course, need it. This is getting a second season, though. That's getting a second season, though. Apparently, they have NFTs to sell. They already got the setup. They explain what NFTs are. Apparently, they need another season so they can sell them. Yeah, for those who don't know, Kizuna no LLA, every single episode ends with a VTuber Kizuna-style CGI character mocap talking point kind of moment. And they always spend like 4 minutes in each one of these segments just explaining some random stuff or answering questions from fans. And they spend a whole segment on NFTs. Surprised NFTs are still a thing. Well, it's unfortunate because it's kind of one of those things that I don't think will ever go anywhere because it technically does have a function that could be used. It's just been so... Everybody uses it to scam people, so nobody likes it anymore. And when you have that much scamming happening with something, nobody wants to have anything to do with it. And Japan's, for the most part, always waits to see how other people do things before they jump on things. And so now that everybody's getting away from it, suddenly now Japan is finally opening up to it. Square Enix is suddenly going, oh, we're going to focus on NFTs. And it's like, dude, you guys, you're late. We're already done with those. Yeah, apparently Kizuna's doing it. Of all the shows, get a second season right. And I think that's partly because it's just an easy project to do. Like, most of it's just mocap. Most of it is just very standard mocap stuff. They're not really doing too much effort for the shows. The animation's fine when they do regular animation, but for the most part, it's just kind of these little performances. And it sells a lot of stuff. It's selling their YouTube channels. It's selling music. It's just kind of a multimedia project that's going to make them a lot of money no matter how you cut it. NFTs are a good way to launder money. I don't know. The NFT could have been a physical thing, and I would have been no worse for it. I don't see the point. Well, I mean, even with like the whole Bleach thing, I think that was a good use of it. They sold a very expensive print, physical print of the Bleach art for like $15,000 because the process of creating that was like a long process to create. It's like this old style of printing method and materials, and they just stuck an NFT on the back of it so that you can at least put it on the blockchain as a receipt. It's not a bad thing. Not that I would care to have it, but I want the art. But it's still like a use of it. Square's just making Dragon Quest and stop censoring your games, right? Yeah, anyways. The NFT could have been a figurine. A Roxy figurine. Sell me a Roxy NFT and I'll probably buy it. Dead Mount Death Play. Don't do that, actually. Deadmount Deathplay. I forget who the writer was for this one. Earthly, do you remember who the writer was for this one? I forget what it was. Deadmount Deathplay is... It was okay. I think it's... Just like Durarara, it's going to be one of those shows that I need a lot of seasons before I really get invested into it. Because this writer's typically really good at kind of creating a lot of characters, a lot of factions, a lot of desires between a lot of people. And it's going to take a while before a lot of those kind of pan out. The later parts of it just did start to get very interesting. The studio thankfully didn't fudge it up too badly when they fudged up most of all of what they've worked on. But it's not really quite there for me yet. I think it's like a solid high C, maybe low B for me. Who's doing Fate Strange Fake? I think it's the same guy. I don't know. I think it's the same guy. I really like it, but the title of the Deadmount Deathplay sounds like a tags of the Spice Age manga. It's kind of one of those jokes about, like, you know, like when I was getting about the point which I got really out of anime, or when I was getting out of gaming and getting into anime strictly, we had this ongoing joke that a lot of games, especially Japanese ones, it just felt like all it was like they have this big database and they say select 3 words, and it just takes 3 words and it throws them together, and that's your title. It's just like a completely randomized title. Deadmount Deathplay. It's pretty much, yeah. Easy A for you, yeah. But you're checking out the manga too, right? I might just check out the manga before they come out with the next part. I might read the manga up to where this season at, because I feel like some of it I just kind of spaced out. Like I really did want to kind of give it a rewatch or reread. Do you know when they'll be good? Dystopia and Apocalypse of Currency? I don't think it even work then. Unless government sanctionize it, it's never going to be useful. Just like Bitcoin and stuff like that. It's all dependent on some certain central point or the banks themselves, unfortunately, and governments. Clueless First Friend, I think is super sweet. Yeah, the manga is great apparently because they cut a lot of very good scenes. Clueless First Friend. Yes, the Roxy anime. This is Roxy when she was in school. She couldn't communicate to all the kids in her class, so they all bullied her. It's the Roxy anime. So it immediately becomes a really great show. No, I really liked it. I will admit, the only reason it's not S for me is because, yes, there's times where the whole, you know, him standing up for her and kind of throwing the insults back in people's faces, it kind of got repetitive. But I think it had a really good turning point in it at some point that really kind of shifted that whole narrative a little bit that I thought was kind of sweet. So we need a Roxy tier anime. How many shows was she in this season? Was Hell's Paradise, Clueless First Friend? I want to say there was a third one. Maybe it was only 2 shows. The Mother's Grave scene hit you? Yeah, the whole realization point for him was pretty strong too. Roxy was bullied. I feel bad for her though. I mean, like I said, it was just a very, very heartwarming show. Super heartwarming show. Master, I found the copy of Deadmount Deathplay under your mattress. Oh gosh. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty much Smile's most protected anime. I thought it was super sweet. The father scene was great too, when he finally realized. It was super sweet. No, I said trooning. It's a completely different word. So yeah, the OVAs for Inukai-san's dog, which was the pool episode, and what was the other one? I think it was just the school festival again. Yeah. It was... Dogpile. The problem with this OVA is, typically with OVAs, the Blu-ray included OVAs, you usually typically have an expectation for ecchi shows. Like, this is where they're going to get super edgy. Like, they're going to not hold anything back. This is for the folks that buy the Blu-rays. And for those that torrent. You have expectations. It's an ecchi show. It's a Blu-ray you're buying for, in Japan, upwards of $100. You have expectations, like I said. It met none of those. Like, it was... There was worse moments in the show itself on TV. The OVA was, like, holding back. Then add to that the fact that you had shots of girls in the pool holding the front paws of the dogs, training them to swim. If anybody knows dogs, that's not how that works. The dogs like to use their front paws. They're not a baby. They can't keep their front end up unless you... Yeah, it's like I expect them to hold the paws and the dog just start dipping. But there's a lot of things that happen in Yukai-san's dog show that you don't do with dogs. Like, you don't bite a dog in the nose, especially a stray dog. You will get bit. Never overhand a nose of a dog. Always underhand. But hey, it's a story written by a pervert, not a dog owner, obviously. Japan doesn't own dogs. Anyways, trash everything about this show. It was trash. That is evil. It is very evil. It's like a little bit of a animal abuse there. I don't know why I skipped Rokudo, by the way. Or was it here? I just pulled it over. So you say we need more... No, I actually prefer risque over just straight take it off. It's a lot more interesting in that way. You know, you gotta... It's like Rudius always says. You gotta work to it. You don't just get the X-ray eyes. That just does no fun. It's not trash, but it's like D. It's fine. I had no expectations. It's fine. It does what it's doing. These folks give weird vibes. Anyways, last one. Rokudo's Bad Girls. It started strong, but just very shrug later part. It's kind of one of those things where it's got a shtick, and that is the idea that all bad girls likes him, but they never really did anything interesting with it. They almost did something interesting with it with the girl they didn't know love, but it kind of just resolves everything with him getting punched. It's literally like, it's like a comedy version of Tokyo Revengers if people don't think that Tokyo Revengers is a comedy. So, yeah. I had no well, that was the key thing. It's like I had zero expectations and very low expectations coming into Rokudo's, and I was a little bit surprised at the very beginning, but then at the end I was disappointed. And no, Mo's Andrew. Visually it sucked. Visually I hated it. Yeah, hypnotize and get punched is solves all of your problems. I think that's pretty much... So Oshinoko I think is gonna stay at the top. I think this is good. These ones, I think, is good as well. Idolmaster... Probably go with that. Let's put that over there. Here. Home Hero I'd probably bring up to here. I think that's good. I think Dead Mount would... Yo... Go on the low end here. No, I'll put that lower. I actually like... I like Tonikawa more than Cafe Terrence. I like something more than... I like something less than Tonikawa. I think these are good too in order. Yeah, I think that's good. I think I'll leave it at that. And so about the joke oshinoko, you probably want to question the part of the joke part of it. Tokyo Mew Mew had some good action music too. Yeah, I actually liked how well they did Tokyo Mew Mew. It's not the greatest looking show. I'm more frustrated by the fact that I know why they did it, but they really did kind of change a lot of designs to sort of match, I guess, sensitivities, which I didn't think was necessary. Not that I think it went out of its way to do that. It just kind of happened, like the whole skirt thing. It's like it really doesn't need it. Let me double check my I did want to update my best girl list if it's still updated. I'm not gonna do the whole thing again. But if it kept my progress for the best girl, I'll move things around before I call it. Nice job for your great work, or great job. Nice job for my great job. Well, thank you. Yeah, the transformation scenes were good. I liked them. For sure. Where's best girl? There it is. Does it save it? It didn't save it! Well, let's see if I can blitz it. I'm gonna see if I can blitz it. I still have like an hour, so that's fine. I don't know if all the characters are gonna be in there. It's not gonna have all the characters. That's the only problem. That's why I was hoping they'd already had it. W list. Cheat skill needs to be lower. It can't go lower. That's the bottom of the barrel. Best girl this season, Elda. Sergio, Earthly, Chido, everyone, have a good night. Later, Duhalt. Thanks for dropping by. Have a good night. Take care of yourself. Alright, yeah, I don't think there's any big... Was any characters, like, important characters introduced late in shows? I think pretty much everybody's gonna be here. We even have the hot teacher from Cheat Skill. Yeah, the hot teacher's in here, too. Take care, Undead. Alright, so she's obviously the love Hashira. She has to be an S tier. That's an easy. Nezuko, best girl in a box. I think she's still deserving of S tier. I still like her. Obviously, Aya is going to go S tier. Ryu Takahashi's always going to be S tier. After that whole English dub, she's D tier. Because of the English dub cannot get out of my brain. She will be D tier. That's right, Aqua! Oh, I'm so tired. Oh, the camera's on. It's so bad. I'm just joking. I really liked her character and her story. I don't know that... I like her story, but I don't really necessarily think I like where they're going with her character. Obviously, it's very tragic and everything that is. Her story is very tragic, and it hurts. But at the same time, the later part of this first season, she kind of started falling off for me. Though she wasn't really around much, so that's the other option there. So you say the dub got your attention more than the dub. Don't watch the dub, brother. It's a mistake. Kana is a good girl. Kana best... Oh, for sure Kana is easily best girl. I love her character. She's so freaking fantastic. Very self-deprecating, but for a reason. And I love it. It's a character you want to root for sure. Kana's voice sounds like a thing from Mario. It's like, chill out, girl. Soon on top. For real, I don't know. I have zero care for her. Eyes creep the hell out of me. She's got to be an alien. She showed up for one scene and made a joke. I'm guessing that's her character. She introduced one concept of the story and then kind of moved on. I'm sure later on I might like her. Memcho. Oh god, Memcho. Shoot, whatever. S tier. I don't care. I'll throw it her S tier too. Let's just throw three girls from oshinoko up in S tier. Oh, Toad, yeah. Wah, wah. Yeah, Memcho's great. She had a very simple but very impactful backstory. I like that it makes sense. It's to the point. This is what happened. She had to deal with this. Let's not drag this out. Let's not make this a 5-episode prologue to her. It's simple. It makes sense. Move on. Plus, there's a side of me, obviously, as you can see all around my screen here. Not in the screen here, but outside here. There's a little relatability to her, so I would love to collab with her. Oshinoko has so many great characters. Yeah, it's a sign of a great writer. Memcho's certified G. She was dropping truth bombs, like massive truth bombs, that entire show. Her and Kana. Love the content. I hope I get membership from whoever to love your content more. Oh, I appreciate that, Duhal. Thanks so much for the kind words, man. I really appreciate your support. The gravure model, high dive translator. The gravure model. I don't know. I have no clue about her. She at least doesn't creep me out like Frill does. She doesn't creep me out like Frill from Wonder Egg Priority here does. I was freaking out when it happened. Best mom. See, another great character from this. I won't throw up an S, but she's fantastic though. I'm gonna put her high A. She's fantastic. Another character to go in best moms of the lists. No, I'll go with that, dude. I have a feeling that the manga fandom is a little bit weird in that regard. Ruby, I love her. I don't know that I'm ready to put her in S tier quite yet, but I really do like her spirit. I think especially the first episode, she gut punched me so many freaking times. This girl was literally the reason why I love the first episode so much. Yeah, I love her. She's cute. This girl, I don't trust her. I don't trust her one bit. I mean, all seriousness, I trust her, but I don't trust her in a joke way. It makes sense why she is who she is. I don't have any attachment to her, so I don't think she's D. I'll put her in C. All right, skip characters. She's a absolute B, but I like actual like herself, not ranking. But I get her. She hasn't really done anything to really grow on me yet. I think her character writing's fantastic. I just don't think she's really grown on me yet. So Ruby was super positive like her. Yeah, it was funny because Ruby is. I made a good point early on that when Ruby stated what she did to Kana, it was a surefire sign that even though she wants to be her mom, she'll never be her mom because she doesn't like to lie. Her mom was successful on lies. Ruby doesn't want to be a liar. So that kind of plays into how I think that she would eventually become successful. See you guys. Love Andrew. Love the crew behind the scenes and the chat when they don't behave bad. Much love, Duhalt. Take care. Let's see. She's an absolute sweetheart. Super charming. See, she's like one of those rare characters that you could do I mean, you'd want to hang out with, but she's like one of those characters that easily I would have a lot of fun just hanging out with. Super charming character. I don't like her. I had moments where I like her. I don't like her. I really don't like her. I like her less than her, and that's saying something. I'm again blanking on character names. I could probably bring them up, but I don't like her. She was super nasty at first, and while corrected her ways, she was just kind of blah after that. So her, on the other hand, I loved her a lot. I'd probably put her in A. I felt for her. I understand. Really good job kind of portraying her character, the beautiful type, but the one that doesn't really want it. I'm just so hot, and I just hate that I'm so hot. It wasn't like that. I like her though. She got a good heart too. The student council president girl, I didn't care for. Another kind of C area. Very shrug. I have nothing in B so far. Best teacher. She's okay. I'll put her in B. Yeah, easy. Easy S. She seems like so much fun. Really love her character. Super freaking cute. Super freaking cute. Think I'm gonna go. See you later. Take care, Slayer. She's kind of a nothing. I mean, nothing bad about her, but I don't really care either. She's a bit too much for me. Don't really care for her. Yandere, undead zombie thing. She didn't annoy me as much as I thought she would. I love her Seiyu. I'm gonna put her in B. I think she's a solid B. S positivity is important. Anna, I'm glad I finally know who the hell she is. I don't care though. I'll put her in C. Healing's S tier. One of the best moms in anime for sure. I love her to death. She grows under our skin. The chubby girl that's has a feeder boyfriend. I don't care. She's cute. The sister, I love her to death. I'll put her in A. Kobayashi, the boyfriend. These are danger to my heart characters, by the way. Kobayashi, I don't care. She's all right. I felt bad for her when she was kind of getting used by the pretty boy. Moe was great. I liked her brief moment in her episode. Her brother has good taste because he likes Rem. I think she's good B. I'll put her in B. Not enough of her character. Absolute S tier. I love her. She's super sweet. She likes to hug, and very rarely do anime characters like to hug. She likes to hug. I like huggers. I'm a fan of huggers, and she likes to hug, so I'll take it. She's super cute. She has the quirks. These are all like characters from Isekai Another Time, and I don't care about. I like the girl from the other school, but the other characters I don't care. Don't care. I kind of like Tia. I think her name's Tia. Kamikatsu. But don't blow in her ear. Very true. Ears are off limits. You could touch in many places, just not the ears. This one, the Kamikatsu characters, she's goofy and I kind of like it. Plus, she gives you, she knows how to handle somebody, I guess is the thing. Altair or whatever, just because Aoashi, I'll put her in A. She's like my favorite design in the show. I like the humor around him, but not really care. Rie Takahashi, but other than that, I don't care. Loki, really great Seiyu. Dude, I realized the other day, Kamikatsu with all... I'm convinced at this point, Kamikatsu is the way it is because they spent their entire budget on Seiyus. Think about it. Aoyuki, Rie Takahashi. Rie Takahashi's got a massive, massive bill if you want to get her. And then, yeah, I don't remember what their name is, but the one that does Loki, very popular Seiyu as well. That is one triple S tier Seiyu, one easily double S tier Seiyu, and then another one that's probably A to S rank. That's three massive, and I think even I think Gaia was a big one too. Gaia is a huge one as well. Kamikatsu is a troll, Andrew. I think Mitama's a good one too. Mitama's great though. I love Mitama. Mitama didn't get enough love. Mitama deserves more. I really didn't like her. Don't care. She's fine though. Best mom and I almost said Dead Mount Deathplay. Best mom and Home Hero. I hated the daughter. I so hated Reiko. I hated her so much. Let her get into halt. I'm okay with her. I would touch her stinger. A for the stinker. I guess you mean stinger. Oh, you almost had a good joke there, but the spell correct got you. S tier for the stinger. I would touch the stinger. I'm not like super madly in love with her though. The characters from Aristocrat. The sister's cute. She's fine. I don't even remember any of these characters. It's the queen and the duke's daughter. The obsessed knight chick that obnoxious as hell. Then we have the Roxy character. Do I put her in S tier because she's got Roxy Seiyu? She's kind of a nothing character though. She got a great voice though. She's super cute. I hated her. I really did. I'm still convinced she's dead. Of course, they kind of insinuating something now. But she's fine, though. I don't care. Ria Takahashi, again. I'll put her in B. She was definitely hot. I don't know that I want to be around her. She'd probably kill me. Duke, the Legendary Heroes Dead characters, I really liked her. I'll put her in B. C for Coom. I give her mad respects for wanting to transfer mana the way that she was going to transfer it. Unfortunately, they didn't follow through with it. I'll put her in C. Not Lucy, but yet Lucy. I like the thighs. I'll put her in B. She was probably one of my only characters I liked in the show besides her. Reliana, I really liked her. I'll put her in high A. I almost want to put her in S tier. She's just a B. She's just a villainous character. Kill Maria. Where should I put Kill Maria? I'll put her in high A. KKK. I don't think she wasn't enough in the show. If she wasn't more in the show, I would probably like her more. The sister, I'll put her in B. I mean, I wasn't like a huge fan of her design, but she's fine. Tan Girl is great, but she wasn't in the show enough. I'll put her in C. Great character design. The Rocker Girl. So we got the girls from Cafe. Even though she's my favorite in the show, it's not like I love her. Like, she's probably C. The rest will be D. I'll put her in C too. She was cute. Yeah, the rest trashing them. Kuma Girls. Smile Must Be Protected. She's just kind of a nothing character, though. She's a nothing character. The main girl, though, she's fantastic. I like her. I'll probably put her high A. I think she's just so fun. I would love to hang out with her. The girls from Magic Distro. Anarchy's great. I really liked Anarchy. Not completely invested in her, though, so I'll put her high C. The rest I'll put in D. Don't care. Belle. Hold on a second. Add row below. Alright. Belle, trash. I freaking hate Belle so much. Another character that probably could have had a great redemption arc, but no. I hate her. I hate her so much. It's like, cause travesties and then whine. Here's a great character plot line. Do horrible things and then cry about the fact that you did them. Not to say that can't be something that somebody would do. Just something that annoys me. Alright, Choo Choo. I love Choo Choo. Again, another underutilized character. Solid B. Miorin, I really like her. I'll put her right next to Choo Choo. I had my misgivings with her, but I still like her. Nikke was my favorite character at the beginning, but they did nothing with her, unfortunately. She's still cute. Noria, I think her name is. Don't care. Mom's trash. Really great character, but just trash. Aoyuki was underutilized. Sueta, It's right next to them. They didn't do anything with her, unfortunately. Characters from Clueless First Friend. I really like Magane Girl. She was super sweet. Anybody that's a friend with Roxy is great. Was pretty surprised by her as well. I'll put her right next to with her. Obviously, Roxy goes up into... I'll put her in A. She's Roxy, but at the same time, it's not like I'm super sold on her. But she was sweet. I loved her. A smile at trash. Trash. Okay. Trash. Okay. Trash. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't gotten very far in this show. She was fine at the beginning, so I'll put her in C. The butler, I don't care. She's fine. D's fine. Best girl of the show, obviously, so she'll go up here in A. You gotta settle or you go to settle. The reporter girl, I don't care. C. The girl that just tells everybody about the stories of the past. She's cute, but she's nothing. The girl that likes to do reconnaissance. She's super cute, but I don't care. Spring Waifu anime vary for me, and there are good Dadaru in there. There's some good Dadarus, yeah. She's nothing to me. D. Elda, put her up in... I'll keep her in A. I don't know if I want to put her in S, but I definitely like her. So I'll put her in A. Nothing character. Put her in B. I like her. She's great. Best Yuri bait for the show. I'll put her in C. The sister's like pretty much perfect little sister. Want to take care of you and cook you food. I'll put her in... I'll put her with her sister. That's fine. I'll put her with her sister. Keep them together. Another character that was completely underutilized. She's super cute, but underutilized. Put her in C. Maybe B. I'm not completely sold on her yet. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go B. She's a strong character for sure. Don't care. I really didn't like her. I kind of liked her. She's probably one of my favorite characters of the show. Koito needs to be an A because she had to put up with Elba. Best potential character, but unfortunately, again, didn't do really anything with her. I'll put her in C, though. Don't care. Nothing character. Nothing character. The girl from Marginal Service. She probably had one of the better episodes, but I don't care. She's C. Why? I like how I get to, like, Idolmaster character, and he's like, she's randomly standing in the middle of them all. She's a great character, but she's sort of also one of the reasons why I wasn't too much of a fan of this season, because her story was overly produced, and they added way too many new scenes for her. She's a strong character, though. I'll put her in B. So yeah, the girls from Idolmaster, I think she had a fantastic episode. She's super cute. I'll put her in B. Smile. All these smiles must be protected, obviously. I didn't care much for her episode. It's very much so tomboy, can't be pretty. Didn't care for her episode either. Her episode was super cute. I like her. She's got a very Genki fun attitude. I'll put her in B too. There's so many girls. Easily the best character of the entire U149 group. I love her episode. Best episode of... One of the best episodes of the season. The Bungie episode. She's okay. She's just super Genki lolly. Dad complex. It's fine. Kubo, I'll put her in C. She's fine. These characters did not exist in this season. They will never exist, so we'll just put these off the side. Even though they said it was possibly come back. I don't care. I hate her. She's pretty much a, what do you call them, a honey trap? Pretty much. Another nothing character. I don't even remember her. The sister's super cute. I'll put her in B. Even though I didn't like her in this season, I'll still put her in at least A because it's Megaman. Union's easily gonna go in. I'm gonna put her in high A. I'm not gonna say S. Why near? I thought that it was gonna come back in this season, and it didn't. But it's supposed to come back in summer, so it's good. Technically not supposed to be in this list? Question mark. But we'll still put him in here. Put him in A. Not Froppy. I don't care. It still hurts. Maybe he may still hurts. Every time I see her, it still hurts. It still hurts to see her. My girl. She was easily like one of the best stories in that Soul story. That whole series, at least. Tokyo, I don't care. Like, I really don't care for Tokyo. Whatever. The King of Hotels. The King of Hotels goes above Tokyo. Let's go see the sky, right? She definitely, like I said, she definitely wore on me. I'll put her probably low A. I liked her in the end a lot. I really never cared for Rune or whatever her name is. She was goofy, and she definitely had some chemistry to the show, but I never cared for her. She was kind of selfish the entire time. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Actually, she's like my favorite character of the show. Like, she's the only character that makes me laugh ever. Like, ever in that show. If I ever laugh, it's because of her. She's the only character that creates, like, conflict with the characters. Like, she's the one that shakes things up. So. I was like, wait, I got Belle again. She's cute. I don't really have much else to say about her. I'll put her in B. She's super cute. Trash. Trash. D. Trash. Absolute trash. The princess is through and through 100% grade A trash. This is a girl. Let's break this down for everybody that don't know about the princess. The first introduction of her, she nearly dies, and he saves her. She goes back to the kingdom, then immediately takes her troops back out to this deadly forest where they lost, like, a whole bunch of men. She drags them back out there, knowing they're going to follow her because they have to guard her, into death because she wants to go see this hot guy that she got a crush on. Then when she's nearly assassinated by somebody, because the hot guy likes the assassin, she decides to hire the assassin. Assassin that was raised by somebody, saved from poverty, and raised as a killer, knowing full well that she's probably going to want to kill her in the end. Then, on top of that, when her brother nearly attempts to assassinate the king and her in the throne room, the following moment, she immediately takes out hot guy to a date in the town. The bottom of the barrel trash. The assassin is pretty hot. I mean, they're all hot. The assassin's hot. I mean, she's probably like the least offensive character out of the entire show, and that's not saying much. I'll put her in C. Why is it playing a full deck? Master, where's the deck of cards? The hot teacher, I don't care. She's not offensive, at least. I don't even know who she is. I think she had a crush on somebody. I think she did too. I don't know. I'm forgetting. I think this is the model chick. I don't care. And that's it. I feel like I'm missing a character from Cheat Skill, and I'm not sure why it bothers me. I don't know why it bothers me. Nothing stirs the passion like brush with death, right? I like the model, even they did nothing with her. I mean, she was like one of the least offensive for sure. Yeah, she's not offensive. I mean, technically only these two are the offensive ones. Like, she's just absolutely stupid, and she's just a total B to her brother. Absolute scumbag. Anyways, actually burned through that pretty quickly. But, yeah, it's probably pretty close to how it was in the beginning of the season, to be honest. I maybe moved Mimcho up a bit, because she grew on me pretty hard. So, I think most of the other ones are pretty much the same. I think I had Raeliana a little bit higher before. I probably didn't have the sister that high. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna get some rest before tomorrow morning so I can start recording. Oh yeah, I didn't have the Mimias in here, did I? Mic bump. But yeah, I'm gonna probably get to bed early so I can get up early and get the next Mushoku Monday recorded, because I want to keep ahead of the schedules. That way I don't have any problems with delays. But anyhow, I appreciate you guys dropping by as always. Thanks for the new memberships, or at least re-membershipping. What was it? What's it called? I know it's like resubbing in Twitch. What is remembershipping? Just remembering upping? Becoming a member again. Resubbing. I don't know. But, Booing just like that. Happy National Fried Chicken Day, everyone. It's always a good day for fried chicken. But yeah, I appreciate you guys dropping by. It was a lot of fun. Love chatting with you guys as always every week. It's always good. Re-upping? Probably. As always, if you guys have any ideas for live streams, I'm always up for them. Just sit them in the, I guess in the YouTube channel on the Discord. Again, discord.com or discord.otakuspirit.com. It should work. If not, it's everywhere else in the description and stuff. So anyways, I appreciate you guys dropping by. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. And until next time, y'all have a good one.